everybody. All right, we have a client here this evening, Miss Mannequin. And Miss Mannequin and myself are going to be demonstrating for you and showing you how to cut your own hair. Yes, you can cut your own hair. There's a hairstylist inside of all of us. So we're going to bring that hairstylist out of you today. As you can see, I've already sectioned off Miss Mannequin. She has 4 sections. And we're going to actually demonstrate even all over. How about just the even all over one length haircut? We're going to demonstrate that first. She has been shampooed. Make sure you shampoo your hair and make sure you condition your hair. That is going to be very, very important. And you want to use some hair products as well, depending upon which style you're using. Now, this particular hairstyle is going to be demonstrated if you have a relaxer or if you have straight hair, or even if you don't, these techniques are going to apply. So what I have done is I have sectioned the hair off in 4 sections. So we have a front section and a back section. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start this haircut in the back and work my way up. And I'm just going to pretty much do a one length hairstyle. Some of the tools that you're going to need shears. These are your regular hair cutting shears. These are your blending shears. And we also have our barber cutting shears as well. You'll see me demonstrate with these later. Now, your barber shears are usually between 6 to 7 or more inches long. Your regular finger shears are anywhere from 4, 5, 6 inches. And that's what we're going to use for this haircut. Is that all right? All right, so I'm going to show you a quick way to do this haircut. One length. And this is, once again, like I said, a haircut that you can actually demonstrate yourself because you're not going to mess up your own hair. So you can actually hold your hair, determine what the guideline is going to be. What is a guideline? A guideline is that length of hair that... All right, we have another model that would like to get a haircut. Okay, and this model doesn't mind at all being a model so that you can demonstrate and make sure that you understand how the layer haircut works. Why? Because so many people wear the basic layered haircut. It's a great haircut. We do want you to know how to cut your hair properly. Again, the tools you should be using, your shears. If it's a longer haircut, then you would use your clippies to clip the hair. You want to have your combs, your all-purpose combs. But with this haircut, it's going to be a short, quick haircut. So you don't need clippies and all that. We're just going to go in and do what you've learned already. And we're just going to demonstrate that haircut again. So what we're going to do again with that layered haircut, we're going to comb all the hair straight back so we can see exactly what we're doing here. Put the model right there and go straight down the middle like we did before. Move that hair over to the side. Move this hair over to the side. Pick the hair up. Determine what length you want. Now, I kind of want this hair to go a little longer in the front. A lot of people wear that, men and women. So I'm going to over-direct my fingers toward the front so that that hair is longer. So kind of in a 45-degree angle, I'll just kind of angle it forward. And then the rest of the hair, I'll take half of that guideline, pick up the rest of the hair, and then cut it straight off at a 90-degree, even all over, symmetric. We said symmetric was even and balanced, so we're going to just cut it straight off. We're going to do this haircut in just a couple of minutes because you've already learned this haircut. The only difference this time is it's more faded than the last one was. This could be more or less more of a male haircut or female haircut. We're going to divide that hair down the middle, take some of the hair away, bring it to the new side. So we're taking half of the guideline and we're putting it with the new hair, and that becomes our guideline. And we're going to, again, in the beginning, over direct forward, and then take the rest of the hair and take it straight up at a 90-degree angle. And keep going, straight back. Okay. So far we have done 2 different haircuts, a one-length haircut all over, and then a layered haircut. And from the looks of things, you're gonna be looking pretty good. All right, so now this is what the client has decided. The client has decided that they want more hair cut off on the side. So if that's the case, we can either go in and freehand and take more hair off on the side, okay? Or we can go in with our clipper and you can just do clipper over comb. How about that? Just hold the hair and come straight across with the clipper. Straight up and go straight up. So hold the comb in, place it in, and see the guideline in the comb. Okay. So we're gonna go in, straight up, and take it down. All right. And this is just a easy, basic number 1 blade. So the client decided they wanted it a little bit shorter on the side. Okay. So we're gonna do both sides first. Okay, so we see the difference there. And then we see the difference here. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Clipper over comb. Bring the hair in the comb and just slide it off with the clipper. And keep accelerating up as you cut the hair. I see some long hair. I can see the guideline in the comb. Now keep going straight up. If I see some long strands, I go back and get it. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and take that hair down some. All right. Okay. So we've taken the sides shorter, just as the client has asked. So now, why don't you just go in and clean up some of that hair that's overlapping as well, right along the side.
Hi, my name is Jeanette. My granddaughter Zoya and I are part of the Mentoring with Purpose organization. And because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are unable to go out and celebrate this Easter Sunday. So we decided to have us some fun by modeling Easter clothes at home. Happy Easter. Here's my granddaughter Zoya modeling her 9 West orange dress with her Fendi hat and bag and silver accessories. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Zoya is wearing a green jumpsuit with the white blouse, an orange straw hat with an orange and green bag to match that straw hat very well, with silver accessories to match. Lovely, Zoya.
Jesus turned water to
I've been asked to take a cooking segment for Easter. Well, if you like me, I don't get a chance to do brunch on Easter because Easter Sunday was a day of worship for me, and so that's one of the longest days. Is Sundays, really. Most people start with sunrise service, Sunday school morning service, and then by the time you're done with that, it's dinner time. And so what I thought today was, since we find ourselves, all of us homebound, yet still we'll be able to get our service in virtually over the internet via Zoom, Facebook Live. I hope so. If not, I invite you to join Wesley Chapel AME Church on Resurrection Sunday just in case. But I thought it would be good to do brunch or breakfast type of item today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quiche. Now, one thing about quiches are very versatile. You can do you can do anything with a quiche. You can make it vegetable, you can make it all meat, you can make it all cheese, you can make it no cheese, you can make it whatever you want it to be. And so I'm doing today, I'm going to do a bacon and spinach quiche with caramelized onions and Swiss cheese. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, I have in this skillet here, I have some butter and I have about a tablespoon of bacon fat. And so what I did is I rough chopped a half of a large onion, or you could do one medium onion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to my pan. And the key to this is you want to make sure that you sweat the onions, and you want to add color to them slowly. You want to caramelize them a little bit. But if you don't want the taste of the caramelized onion, you don't have to caramelize them. You can just sweat them. But this step is good because this is what is actually going to make your onions release their flavor. You could if you don't want to put them in raw, because they wouldn't cook, they wouldn't release the flavor, you wouldn't get the benefit or the taste for having the onions in your Sorry for turning my back to the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I get some good color on these. I want to sweat these out, and I want them to caramelize nice and slow. Because one thing about onions, they are naturally sweet and they will burn. And so we want to make sure that we're not burning our onions, but we're just adding some good color to them. One of the things that's going to help your onions sweat and give up their juices and natural juices, and to bring out the flavor is you want to put in a little salt. That's going to help them sweat. A couple of teaspoons of salt. That's going to help them sweat and render those natural liquids that's going to help them caramelize. All right. And what I like to do is I like to have a sink with some dishwater so I can clean as I go. My wife is looking at me kind of funny. Anybody that cooks with me, I'm a professional chef as well. And I tell people all the time, I can cook all day as long as I have a dishwasher. And so today I don't have a dishwasher. I have a beautiful camera woman. So maybe she might help a brother out and wash some dishes after this is over. And if you hear a little background noise, that's just little man in the back. There's Jerry and Junior. He's our guest audience today. And so what I've also done is I have preheated the oven to 350 degrees. That will help. You don't want to put food in a cold oven. You want to make sure that you have preheated your oven, and that when it's time to put the food in, put your whatever you're cooking in, you're putting it in a properly heated oven. To this, I'm going to ground some fresh black pepper. Again, that's going to help bring out those flavors. what I found to be successful and good at cooking is that you want to make sure that as you're doing your step, you want to add flavor. It's I noticed that sometimes people like to wait until the end and add a bunch of seasoning, but if you add as you're cooking in different various levels and stages of the cooking process, if you add in seasoning as you go, it makes when your product is about done, your recipe is about done, or whatever you're cooking is almost finished, it makes it a lot easier. Now, for time's sake, you could add a lot more color. You could add some more color to this. I know I said caramelized honey, but that's another thing about cooking. You can change it as you go. Okay, so to that I'm going to add 2 cups of fresh spinach. Now you can use frozen spinach. I wouldn't recommend it. Frozen spinach does have a lot of water. I'm not against frozen spinach. For this, I just would prefer not to use frozen spinach. Another good thing about this recipe is this is a great do-it-again recipe. You can get these stages done, get these steps done, and then you can actually stop, put it, refrigerate it, and then in the morning, right before you get ready to eat, you can pull it all out and put it together. And I'll show you at some point where you could actually stop this recipe and then bring it back again and finish it out the next day. Or if you want to do it a few hours before service time, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all about doing as much ahead as you can. See, I know that 2 cups of spinach look like a lot, but as you can see, it's cooked down quite a bit. We could have probably got away with putting some more in. To that, I've got 6 strips of bacon that I roughly chopped. I'm going to add that in. So that's done, and you can see we've cooked these onions until translucent, and they are ready to go. So y'all know this is not professional, okay? So I'm at home, so this is just like you would be at home. You have a kid crying, you have a phone ringing. If you want all that extra stuff, y'all need to put on Food Network. Right now, you in my kitchen. This is how we go. Alright? And so, now, remember I talked about if you wanted to stop at some point, this would be, you could refrigerate this until tomorrow, until the next day, or whenever you get ready to use it. If you want to do this a few hours before service, you could put this in the refrigerator and just get it and have it, pull it back out when it's time to finish the recipe, or as we like to say in the professional world, to the final execution. Okay, so what I have here now yes, I am a chef. I am capable of making pie crust from scratch. But I didn't do that for this. This is a holiday. This is all about spending time with your family. And that's what I'm finna do now. Come on. I hope we got a good editor and he's going to edit this really good, okay? But so now what I'm going to do is, what I like to do with my quiches, I like to put all of my, I like to put my add-ons, my ingredients, I like to put them actually in the pie crust. And so what I'll do is, and then that will help you if you see them get ready to make the filling. You could make the filling up because one thing about it is interchangeable, and you can make it up but you can have different ingredients inside of the quiche. So like we're doing spinach and bacon and onion. You could do ham and cheese, so you could have your ham and your cheese in the bottom of one crust. You can have whatever you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take...
Just wait a minute.
Okay, I'm back. So what I'm going to do now is we had to change some things up. Little man was a little fussy. So what we're going to do is we're going to, like I said earlier, you could take your filling, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the bottom of the crust here. Again, this is good because you can make your filling, you can add to it whatever you can. Like I said, quiche are very versatile. So you can have any kind of quiche. You can have all vegetable, you can have all meat, you can have a meat and cheese. Okay, welcome back. We now have our finished product. We have our bacon, spinach, and onion, and Swiss cheese quiche ready. I forgot to tell you when I put it in, you want to bake it for about 50 minutes. So this was in roughly about 50 minutes. One of the things about quiches as well, when you pull them out of the oven, you want to let them rest for about 5 minutes or so. Because they're by them being eggs, and we whip those eggs and everything. We put a lot of air in it, which is a good thing. And so now you want to, once it comes out, you want to let it rest, let the eggs kind of go down a little bit, and then everything kind of settle in place. Quiche, one good thing about quiche, you can do them hot or you can do them room temperature. They also heat up pretty well, pretty good. So I made, sometimes for the house, I make quiche, and I may make a couple of quiche and put them in the refrigerator, and in the morning and just put a damp paper, cut your piece, put a damp paper towel over it, nuke it for about a few seconds, about 45 seconds, and nice and warm, delicious breakfast. Delicious for lunch. That's a brunch. Lunch, brunch. So here I want to go ahead, we're going to cut into this, and again, like I said, this was my dinner, so I'm going to give you a taste test. And one thing is important, you want to make sure that you adhere to the cooking time. A good way to tell if the quiche is ready is if the center is set, because you can dry it out. So you don't want to dry it out. Overcooked eggs are not good at all. So you want to make sure that you have a good set in your eggs. You don't want to undercook them, but you want to make sure that they're good and set. And you might, since we got all this Swiss cheese in there, it's going to be good and gooey, but yet still done in the center. Come on, get a look at that. See the steam coming out of that. See how those eggs are nice and fluffy. You got those pockets of Swiss cheese. You can grate the cheese, but I do prefer to use some nice small to medium chunks of cheese for this effect. Again, you want to achieve that perfect bite. And so when you got these little pockets of Swiss cheese, you got this bacon, you got these onions, it's just going to be really good and pleasing to those that enjoy. So you have here a nice Easter brunch breakfast quiche. I invite you to try it, and again, use your own creativity. You don't have to use the bacon and spinach and onions like I use. You can do mushrooms are excellent. You can use different kinds of cheese. You can use breakfast sausage, smoked sausage, ham. Hey, you want to, instead of doing the traditional Easter ham, if you want to make a ham quiche, ham and cheddar, ham and Swiss, excellent. Broccoli is also good at quiche. So I just invite you to try it. And if you want to make this a family thing, since everybody's in the house and everybody's together, make it a family thing. One of the ways that I learned how to cook was that's how I learned how to cook and do math, because my mother and grandmother and father made it a family thing. So this is something good that you could try with your kids. So I invite you to just try this out. And while I have this opportunity, I want to also encourage you to realize that Jesus is the true reason for this season. Because had Jesus not died, hung, bled, and died on Calvary's cross, and got up on Easter Sunday morning, thus giving us right to eternal life. I know it's not Easter, but I just feel like sharing that with you because God is so good. And in these times, we don't know what this may be. We don't know how this is going to turn out. But we know with God, all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to His purposes. So I just encourage you that in this time, use this as a time of togetherness, reconnection, and also do things like this to be fun, but also continue to look towards heaven and know that Jesus has the way out for whatever you're going through, and know that He's already worked it out for your good. Be blessed and enjoy this recipe.